Louis Vuitton has been continuing to increase their pricing on all their goods, including what used to be their very accessible small leather goods. So is the mini Pochette Accessoire still worth it? This bag now runs you over $1,000 Canadian. This used to be a couple $100 from what I've heard from other influencers. It's been with the Louis Vuitton for a long time. So is it really worth it at that price point? So let's dive into my mini pochette, which I've bought in the last year, and see if I think it's worth it, how I use it, why I chose this piece, and all the other details about it. So if you're new here, my name is Lexi, and this is my channel. I love to discuss all things designer and luxury, whether that's handbags, clothing, shoes, jewelry. So don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bells to find out when I put out new videos, which is generally Tuesday mornings. I love to do videos like this so that if you're like me and love to research items before you dive in and make what is a more expensive purchase, then you are well informed and you feel like you're making the right choice. So let's dive into the mini pochette. I got the mini pochette in the classic monogram. All of my Louis Vuitton small leather good and accessories I always get in the monogram. That's all me. But this does come out in a variety of different styles. So frequently around Christmas, they will get ones with the little Vivians and designs, whether they're skiing or there's giraffes. They always come out with prints on top. Not really my style because it can rub off and I really wear through these things, but there's always lots of options. It also comes in the Damier bin, which is the original, more classic style with the checkered pattern, the same kind of tones of colors, but checkered. But I, again, went with a monogram because that's what all of my accessories are in. This style comes with a gold tone hardware. It's got a chain, which is removable on one side, or I should say you can take the chain off on one side, so you could clip it. You can also clip it here. If you want to make it into like a decoration or almost like a pouch on the outside of your bags, that's an option. You could also use it as a little wristlet, or you could use it as a little purse. You can see it fits very easily over the crook of the arm and very easy to hold. So on the end, you've got the vachetta leather with the Louis Vuitton parrots. Mine is made in France. I know that there are, Spain and US, and it comes with the original clasp, which is very beautiful. It's on most of their bags. This is the style, especially for the women's. And then you've also got the Louis Vuitton initials on the pull tab. So the zipper, she's beautiful. She works really well. Inside, you've just kind of got the regular textile lining with a little leather tab that has the number on it. So if we were to look at this bag, we would see for measurements that the zipper is 6 inches long, but you can see it goes past the actual length of the bag. The pull tab is longer than the bag. That's really nice because it actually makes it easier to open the bag. If the pull tab stopped here, that would give you that much less ability to get in and out and really stick things in. So this allows the bag to open more wide. So the width of the bag is 6 inches. The depth of the bag is 1 inch. And the height of the bag is just under 4 inches. Seems pretty small, and it really is. So for something that is now currently retailing in $1,020 Canadian, that is an expensive way to get into Louis Vuitton. However, it seems that everybody has these bags. So why? Maybe it's because they used to be more affordable, so everyone's got their vintage one, but even if you're looking for secondhand, you're really not going to find them that cheap. You might be able to find one for a couple $100s, but it's going to be destroyed. Whatever floats your boat, that's totally cool to you, but if you want one in good condition, you're going to be paying $800, probably more, and they don't come along too often. They're not something that people really let go of because you always kind of have a use for them. They're just this great extra little bag, and it's almost like a teeny mini purse, which was, I'll admit, more popular back in the day, but I feel like it's still got that good energy. I bought this from Louis Vuitton mid-September last year, and I got it for $970. So in the past less than 6 months, Louis Vuitton has already put this up $50, which is about 5%. Still, that makes a difference, especially on when you're looking at luxury goods that are expensive to start with. So wear and tear through time. I haven't had an exceptional amount. This looks immaculate still. I know some people, the hardware, you can get some frays along here. I have that on my wallet, but my wallet's 10 years old. So nothing's going to stay perfect forever, but it still looks, as of right now, amazing. I sprayed the Vachetta leather just because I was sticking it in other bags. And I stick lots of things in these bags, and I didn't want to not be able to clean it off. And I quite like the light color. If I were to get a different bag, maybe I would let it patina more like I did my graceful handle. But I think with this one, I was happy to spray it. I only sprayed it once, and I sprayed it with Apple Guard. So I would look more into that if that's something that you're interested in, but it's something that I commonly do with my bags. I don't do it often because I don't want to dry it out, but it adds that little bit of protection. Why did I buy this bag and what's in it? So I bought this partly because everyone has it and I thought, gosh, if it's that great and everyone feels like they need one, why do I need it? I know it's a stupid reason, but I'm admitting it to you because you might be here for the same reasons. So I just thought, okay, there's got to be something special about this bag. When I was in store, there was only one in store. Somebody else was going to buy it if I didn't buy it then, which, adds to the pressure. But this is a very popular item. At times, it's unavailable because it's just so popular. And, you know, gosh, I really get why. And one thing I really love is it's my tiny bag inside a bag. I'll link for you here because I've reviewed my Fendi Sunshine Tote, which is my large square leather tote that I often wear to work, or sometimes I will use my Graceful here. That can fit everything in the kitchen sink. But if I'm carrying that around and I'm at work, I will leave my large bag and I will take this with me if I need to run to a meeting, if I'm going to meet a friend for coffee, if I'm going on a walk with my friends. This carries the essentials, which is perfect. I also use it for running around for errands. It's just the perfect teeny bag to get just from A to B. You're not going to fit much in here, but because I use a small wallet, I use it like a tiny bag. And I've seen people use the chain and clip it on their jeans, which I think is super cool. Again, I bought this in September, so I didn't really get a lot of opportunity with Canadian weather to wear this where I wouldn't have a jacket covering it anyways. But it also fits in a pocket. Like I wear the super puff. I've got two different lengths, but that's generally what I'm wearing because it keeps me cozy and it's like walking around in a sleeping bag during winter. I can fit this in the pocket and it keeps all my stuff together because if I'm throwing all my 50 little things in there, they're going to get lost or they're going to fall out. And this is like a nice way to keep it. And it also fits when I have my giant parka on. I can still slip it over the crook of my arm. This is just the perfect little on the go tiny bag. And I think that the price seems really high when you think of it as a classic small leather good. If you think of it like a tiny bag, I don't think okay, it's expensive. Is it overpriced? Probably. Are you paying for a name? Definitely. But if you're accepting of all these things, and if you buy luxury goods, I'm guessing you're accepting of these things already, or else you wouldn't be buying designer luxury goods. If you think of it almost as a tiny bag, it's not that bad. And I feel like I've really gotten my value out of it, and I would definitely buy it again. Which reminds me, I actually just had a nightmare that this was stolen and I had to buy it again for the second time, but I did it and I was pissed. I was not happy someone stole it, but I was like, well, I gotta go buy another one. So that just tells you how much my subconscious recognizes that this is such a great bag. Let's talk about what's in it. So right now, I kind of filled it with what I would typically use for it. So I have got my Neo wallet, which I'm going to link a video up above because I have reviewed this wallet. It's bigger than a card holder, smaller than the Romy, and it is the wallet you need if you like to change around bags and use small ones like me. Love this. I've also got my thicker work pass with me, a small mirror, a lipstick, not even a small one. The YSL ones are chunky but fabulous. I've got a teeny lip liner and my key fob. I could have fit maybe one or two other small things in it. I try not to overload it. So let me put everything back in so you can see what it looks like when I fill it. Okay, so when it's full by what I put into it, I'm going to try and hold it here so it doesn't all fall out. It's really not that bad. It's not like I'm stretching the sides by any means. And so when I zip it, yes, I need to make sure that the lipstick's kind of propped up, but it zips nicely. It's not bulging. Yes, it's full, but it's not to the point where like things aren't shifting in there and I'm going to stretch it or rip the zipper. Nothing like that. And this to me is what I need if I'm just going to pick up some groceries or what have you. It's so convenient. I love this bag. So just remember, this is more tiny bag energy than small leather goods if you want to convince yourself that it's worthwhile. The other thing is, Louis Vuitton bags are not getting cheaper. These items are not going to get less expensive. And like I said, they're hard to find that much cheaper secondhand. And it's kind of like a car. Sometimes when you drive off the lot, they're worth less, right? Unless it's a special edition of something or a limited edition. Then you technically probably won't get your $1,020 back the next day if you go to post it for resale. But the nice thing about buying with Louis Vuitton is having that relationship with a sales associate, but then two, if you have any issues with it, which I've had none, but if you did, even in the future, that gives you that accountability, and it gives you that personal connection with a sales associate. So although Louis will fix their other bags, it is something I like to do. I like to buy some things in store and not secondhand, especially when you're not getting that much money off. So tell me, would you buy this small leather good for over $1,000 Canadian at this point? I mean, I took the plunge at almost $1,000. It was over $1,000 when you added tax, or close to, and I have not regretted it. So let me know down in the comments, are you looking at this bag? Do you think you're going to take the plunge? Are you going for a classic monogram? I would love to know everything about your mini pochette and your experience. Thanks for joining me. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell because I have some cool new videos coming up. But here's some cool ones that I've already posted. Thanks, guys.